You remember, we heard about a game a while back, okay? Let me get it up on screen just so you guys know what I'm talking about in case you have a little bit of amnesia, okay? There was this little game that people were pretty hyped for. We haven't heard anything in a long time, but there's a little bit of info that came out, okay? And this game was AZUR PROMILIA, if you remember this. Right? If you remember this game, it was pretty cool. It was like Pearl World, but for gacha games, kinda, and all of that kind of stuff. It was definitely something that people were excited for, myself included. This game looked really fun and really exciting. Now, the news I'm about to give you might not sound big, but it is pretty relevant for two reasons, okay? And I'll get into those in a minute, right? So, AZUR PROMILIA, aka Pearl World, aka Waifu Gacha. Alright, it has just received a rating across PS5, PC, mobile, in Taiwan, a PG-12. Now, this means a couple things. The first thing I want to put out, right, is that AZUR Lane, its main original game that this deviates off of, is a no longer rated PG-13 game, and I believe is at 16 plus mark because of how gooner it is, right? Also, YouTube, if you're watching, please like, comment, subscribe. And if this video does help you, or at least make you more excited about Amelia, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, just follow the channel in general. We try to update as much as we can. Little bit of an impromptu segue, but the point is, it wasn't going to say was forced. This tells me that this game isn't going to follow in the same boots of it being a Guna, Zenless Zone Zero, AZUR Lane kind of cop-out, hard rely on the booba to get through the gameplay and make money each month, munching all the banners, right? Yeah, so PG-12, at least in Taiwan, which obviously worldwide it might have different, like, it might have some different ratings. I know for Zenless is a great example, it was rated 15 and up on CN servers, which obviously explains why it is the way it is. It's absolutely goddamn down horrendous, but point is that is how that game works, and that's how that rating got there. And when you're not focusing on gooning, right, typically your game is going to have a lot of focus on its gameplay and its world and everything like that, right? Not saying that gooner games don't have them. Not every gooner game is bad on story, but every bad story game is gooner related, all right? Don't get that mixed up. As an ancient Book of Five Rings proverb, okay? But yeah, that's the CN rating there. So what this immediately tells me is that the odds of this having a beta or potentially announcement for release will be very soon, okay? It has already been past the licensing officers. It has already been greenlit on, obviously, Sony's side of things on the PS5 market, okay? This is every sign, because you don't do this for games that are nowhere near close to being finished, right? This is a huge sign that we're probably going to be seeing it, in my opinion, in 4 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks, there'll be a big drop of information, like a beta test, a outright release date, or, you know, a demo or something that we can try. Maybe, at the very least, just more gameplay we get to see. Because, hey, look, this game looked absolutely phenomenal. And I just, honestly, I can't wait. It's probably, like, the most anticipated gacha game coming out soon. Seriously. It genuinely is, but like with the world, with the graphics, with the amount of time that they put into at least this tech test that we have seen, they care about this game, and it is not a quick little cash grab, right? So with all of that being said, probably gonna hear something huge in like 4 to 6 weeks, I would assume, and maybe potentially the Game Awards, because that does line up pretty well. And we have seen CN games be released and displayed at Game Awards, so keep an eye out then. That's like the start of December. And also, let's not forget that the actual license to release the game in China was made on January of this year, 2024, and they expire after 365 days, aka a year. So, worst comes to worst, this thing comes out in January, okay? Worst case scenario is it gets delayed a little bit, maybe to like February, but then they have to rebuy the license, and those things are not cheap. From everything I've researched, everything I know, all right? They constantly update the website too. Also an amazing point. Let me bring the website up and just show you, like, it is locked and loaded, man. There is so much info, like, legitimate. It is a great looking game with devs that genuinely care about it, and that makes me so excited. All right, so we've got the website here, okay? It is a very pretty website. It's got, like, character designs, all of that kind of stuff, but if you do keep an eye on this website, more and more, they keep releasing stuff. There is a separate area that you cannot actually click in directly yet. You have the basic Southern Valley. From what you can see in these screenshots, it is very similar to the gameplay we see here. So it's probably that area. And overall, like, just little things. Like, there's another spot here we can also check out. It's all mainly pre-rendered stuff for this area, so this is probably the first area we'll get outside of base. We can theory craft all day and night about it, but you click little bits and pieces, there's little Pokemon, aka, I don't know what they call them in this game, let's call them like Promilians. I'm assuming it's going to be something like that, right? Probably. There's a little bit of sound synergy there with Pokemon, so I could see them calling it Promilians. Anyway, I'm rambling. Main point is, this game looks really fun. I'm really excited. It has an age rating now, which means pretty much it has been set, ready to go, made, and published, because they would have to present to the companies what is in this game, and then obviously not the ESRB, but the ESRB equivalent rating teams over in, you know, the countries we're mentioning here. They are able to give it a rating. So keep an eye out. I'll keep you guys posted on the YouTube channel if we get some info, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye now.